G'day viewers and welcome to WAINGAFAT Wednesday. For those who don't know, that's an acronym which stands for Who Am I Not Giving a Fuck About Today? And today I'm going to touch on a subject I've been giving a bit of a wide berth to for a number of reasons, largely coming down to showing a little bit of human decency to victims in the situation. But with all the talk about guns, potential gun control, potential limitations on gun in America, I've narrowed down on a particular group of people I seriously don't give a fuck about. And it's not gun owners, it's not the NRA, it's not gutless, craven politicians who talk shit. Well, obviously it is them, some of them, but a very specific group of people, and in all honesty, they were personified by that LaPierre fuckwit from the NRA. But it's essentially someone who, on the question of gun control and gun violence, actively rejects the idea that the proliferation of guns could be a problem, but then goes on to say something else is the problem. And that should be banned. No, you look at the American culture and the number of deaths caused by people with guns, and they go, guns aren't the issue. Don't do anything to guns. But this over here, this is the issue. Like, whether they say video games, whether they say single mothers, whether they say lack of God in our schools. You know, if you are the sort of worthless fuckstain who will say you can't touch guns, but you have to get rid of that, you are so morally, intellectually, ethically bankrupt that you are utter fucking scum, so far beneath contempt. You really are the sort of shit that I do not give a fuck about. Because you're not worth it. You're not reachable as a human. Now, if somebody stands up and says any sort of gun control is wrong, any sort of limitation on gun ownership is wrong, any sort of limitation on the type of guns is wrong, I will disagree with them. And I have a lot of internet friends, notably in the US, but from other places around the world, who are very pro-gun, and they have a contrary position to me. And you know what? We come to the realization, not all people are the same. You know what? You have a point of view that is different to my point of view. Isn't that interesting? We've discovered something about the human condition. But if you are the sort of fuckstain who lies, who can actually contradict this, who can actually be a hypocrite from half sentence to half sentence, you're fucking scum, and I can't stand you. And in a really darkly humorous twist on this, the TV commentator, I think he's on CNN, Piers Morgan, who's been very actively saying there should be some gun control. He's been really going the gun advocates. And so gun advocates launched a petition because Piers Morgan is not an American. And they're saying because he's threatening our Constitution, he should be deported. Now, a large chunk of that is just grandstanding. But seriously, if you want to hurt a loudmouth in the media, don't talk about them. Don't watch them. Starve them of oxygen. Seriously, if you don't like someone, talking about them, it's exactly what they want. They want people to be arguing with them. But, and I think, look, a bit of it is saying deport him is just shit stirring. But when you look at some of the things written online, a really big chunk of the people saying, Piers Morgan said something I don't like, therefore we should deport Piers Morgan. A very large chunk of those people actually think that's a sensible response. They are that fucking stupid that they're saying, oh, my Constitution, which I don't know the first fucking thing about, is so sacrosanct. This foreigner spoke out against the Second Amendment. He spoke out against your interpretation of the Second Amendment. That's, of course, completely different. But, he spoke out about the Second Amendment, so he should be deported. Hey, genius, what's the First Amendment to your Constitution? Isn't that about free speech? So, isn't you advocating punitive action against someone who exercised the First Amendment right? Doesn't that make you an enemy of the Constitution? No, it doesn't really. It just makes you an enemy of common fucking sense, you fucking moron! Look, any sort of political debate will always have different points of view. Something I came to accept. Disagreeing with someone does not, by definition, mean that one or the other side is a bad person. Good people can have completely differing views on the same topic because people are different, okay? And I do try hard, not always successfully, to accommodate people who have different points of view. But when you're a hypocrite, when you're a liar, and when you're too fucking stupid to see how painfully obvious your hypocrisy is, you're the sort of worthless fucking shit stain that I just don't give a fuck about.